What's up, YouTube? Interesting cornerback debate. Lester Hayes versus Asante Samuel Sr. Who did I think was better? Oh, this is a good one because Asante Samuel's been popping off his caps about that he thought he was better than Deion Sanders and all the ground he covered. And he be giving some interesting takes. It's very popcorn worthy and bottled water worthy, or whatever you drink. Because then again, sometimes you might have to drink some strong stuff to comprehend what he's trying to say. Because I watched him play, and he had some timely interceptions. Also, he had a timely drop in that Super Bowl against the Giants. Because if he intercepts that ball by Eli Manning, that secured their perfect win. They would have come back and they won that game 14-10. That ball went through his hands. So he had that, but he was good at what he did. His highest interception year was 12 and '06. And I think that included that year the Colts came from behind. He did have that pick six against Peyton Manning, so he definitely had his moments. He had his moments. Now when I get to Lester Hayes, Stickum, and the Jerry Curl, I remember that season in '80 when he had those 18 picks, which was the highest ever. They outlawed the Stickum, but the guy was physical. He could get on you, and he had a great penchant for the ball. I still remember when he broke Cleveland's heart with Brian Safe throwing that pick in the end of the zones. I still remember that. I always like Lester Hayes because Lester Hayes was fun to watch. He was physical. He could endure. And they had some real matchups for people who don't think that there was any offense back then. Think about it. You had to go against Air Coryell and the Chargers. So your booty had to cover a lot of ground and do the thing, along with being allowed to be physical, but bump, run, and pick the ball and be able to sprint and haul butt. So he was, you had to do a lot back then, and they had a strong core back there. But anyway, how do I size these two up? Well, Samuel was on what I call more successful overall situations, so he might get more of a nod with Belichick and all that. But Lester Hayes was nothing to sneeze at. He was bad for his time. So um, this is a battle of NFL corners, and it all depends on how you look at it. Um, all depends on what your the projection, your totality of what you look at it as. So of course, a lot of this stuff is very subjective, and we're always coming from opinions and what we saw and how we saw. I got to see both of them play, and I thought they were both very good at their respective eras, and they're two of the greatest. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that either one of them is top 10 though per se. I'm not gonna say that, and I sure as heck ain't gonna put you with no Daryl Green uh to no Deion Sanders. I'm not gonna say nothing crazy like that because that was a whole different level when you factor in speed, when you factor in depths and magnitude, and so on and so forth. But I will say this is a pretty comparable situation. Lock, stock, physicality, totality. Um, I would probably give. I was probably more fun to watch Lester Hayes. I thought Samuel Senior had what I call certain things that endured, but I'd probably say more fun to watch Lester Hayes. I would say if I'm taking it back to that era, because I thought that was a lot of fun. Lester Hayes made the secondary a lot of fun and entertaining. So, that's how I kind of look at it. But it all depends on who you ask, where you're coming from with it. It's just a lot of little things of where you are with your details. But anyway, there is no wrong answer. With it, it's just a matter of preference. So anyway, let me know who you like better out of Lester Hayes and Asante Samuel Sr. as your corners. Who do you think had a better career and who moved you more? Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another shit if you like, and hit that membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out one time. Peace.